Hello, welcome to Movie Godz. This is the film The Day the Earth Stood Still. A climber comes across a shimmering ice sphere during a 1928 trip in India's cold Karakoram Mountains. A powerful and terrible light blinds him when he uses his pickaxe to break away a piece of ice. He then awakens after a brief lapse of consciousness, the sphere gone and with a scar on his hand. Let's jump to the present. Professor Helen Benson, a well-known astrobiologist at Princeton University, receives an unusual phone call saying they are coming to pick her up. As she heads home to prepare supper for her stepson Jacob, the US government drives up in front of her house, and when she asks who they are, they hurriedly inform her that she is under federal protection and needs to go with them. They arrive at Fort Linwood in New Jersey, where she is brought together with other people in a conference room and informed that Manhattan will be hit by a massive unidentified object in about 78 minutes at a speed of about 1/10 of the speed of light. She and a number of other scientists are loaded onto a chopper to create a survival strategy. Everything is silent as they prepare for impact. It appears to have slowed down and won't crash. In the chopper, Dr. Benson spins around to look out the window just in time to observe a huge brilliant sphere headed towards the ground. It is a spacecraft and it touches down in Central Park gently. The military has set up a perimeter around the sphere, and a creature by the name of Klaatu emerges from it. The entity is shot just before Dr. Benson is ready to shake hands with it. A massive robot appears, generating a noise that knocks out all of New York City's electrical system and paralyzes everyone. The being commands the robot to shut down before the robot can take the being back. The military seizes the entity and rushes it to the military hospital, where the physicians attempt to save its life. The creature is immediately placed in an incubator to grow. After some time has passed, the human within the incubator has fully developed. When he is completely grown and conscious, he starts to thrash around in the incubator, and Dr. Benson is the first one to approach him. He is interrogated by Dr. Benson, Regina Jackson, Dr. Michael Grainer, the US Secretary of Defense, and others, while he is recuperating. As Klaatu, he introduces himself. He tells him that he has been dispatched to meet with the world's leaders as a representative of a group of alien species. Jackson chuckles at this and advises him to just tell her what he wants, since she is the closest he will get to their president. She then commands that Klaatu be drugged, taken to a safe facility, and interrogated as a result of his refusal. Dr. Benson offers to provide the drugs, but instead it gives him a saline injection while muttering the word "run" to him. Klaatu is able to steal the interrogator's mental control during the polygraph and flee. He gets as far as a railway station before his gunshot wounds start to bleed, and he requires assistance from Dr. Benson. Dr. Benson receives a call from the railway station informing her that Klaatu is there looking for her, and she immediately leaves her house with Jacob in the back of the car to go with her. The sphere's existence has sparked terror around the globe after it thwarts their attempts to destroy the sphere using unmanned aerial vehicles that shoot Hellfire missiles. The US military is able to capture the robot known as Godz, genetically organized robotic technology. Klaatu and Mr. Wu meet at a McDonald's. He is revealed to be another extraterrestrial who was given the same set of other civilizations, ordered to coexist with mankind for 70 years. Klaatu resolves to wipe off mankind after learning of their propensity for destruction from him in order to preserve the planet's unique capacity to support complex life. Mr. Wu makes a decision to remain on Earth after discovering a new aspect of people that he adores. Because Klaatu cannot perceive this love, he directs previously concealed lesser spheres to Earth eradicating animal species from Earth. This is contrasted with Noah, his ark, and the world-ending deluge. The robot is being tested at a Virginia subterranean facility in the meanwhile. A U.S. military tank battalion is among the things that are destroyed when a swarm of insect-like nanites start to make their way back to Manhattan. Dr. Benson tries to persuade Klaatu that the world is not evil and that people can improve on Earth. She leads him to the residence of Nobel Prize-winning Professor Barnhart, but he remains skeptical. There they talk about how Klaatu's own species underwent a dramatic transformation in order to escape the death of its own star. Helen and Jacob persuade Klaatu that people have the capacity to change and are deserving of salvation. Jacob, however, contacts an 800 line and gives the location of Klaatu as opposed to sleeping soundly in the adjacent room. When Dr. Benson is taken prisoner by military forces, he is left alone with Klaatu. He rapidly realizes his error. The two of them keep moving in the direction of the sphere. Regina Jackson understands that persuading the extraterrestrial to reconsidering its position could be the only way to guarantee humanity's survival. After being given permission to depart, Helen and Dr. Michael Grainer go to the cemetery where they meet Jacob and Klaatu. Jacob takes Klaatu with him to his father's grave in the cemetery. Jacob begs Klaatu to use his abilities to revive his deceased father. Klaatu can't accomplish this. He explains to Jacob that since everything has a purpose in the cosmos, no one ever truly dies. Simply said, everything gets changed into something else. Michael and Helen show up at this time. They both cry as Helen expresses to Jacob how much she missed his father. In their interaction, Klaatu is persuaded to preserve mankind. Klaatu is aware of the other aspect of people that Mr. Wu adores. They move in the direction of the sphere after Klaatu promises to attempt to stop. Dr. Benson thinks it's strange that the whole town has been evacuated and that after driving through a military road barrier, no military cars are persuading them. She shouts at Michael to stop the car as they get closer to the sphere. Just then, a president-approved targeted missile attack strikes the sphere. Michael is killed as the automobile was blasted into a tree. The nanobot cloud shows up right then. Even if Klaatu is successful in stopping Godz, the cost to the way of life for humans will be high. They race towards a footbridge to hide under, since they don't have enough time to get to the sphere. However, on the inside, bloody noses are visible. It is discovered that Dr. Benson and Jacob have been infected with nanites and are already dying. She begs Klaatu to keep Jacob alive by spreading the disease throughout his body. Klaatu manages to rescue both of them. He then walks through the nanites to the sphere and touches it, giving his life as a sacrifice to halt Godz. His actions force the sphere to generate a powerful EMT that wipes out Godz and saves mankind at the expense of rendering Earth's technology worthless and immovable. Jacob discovers that Klaatu is still alive as the sphere departs. He just blended into the enormous sphere. The enormous sphere departs along with the spheres that encircle Earth. Subscribe to Movie Godz for more movie recaps. Goodbye.